https://ttsopenai.com/signin. On the night of October 1st, the sky over Israel illuminated dramatically, not with celebratory fireworks, but with missiles. Over 180 ballistic missiles were launched towards Israel, ordered directly by Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. This aggressive action marked a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, of Iran boasted that over 90% of the missiles successfully struck their targets. However, Israel maintains that its air defense systems intercepted the majority of these missiles, successfully protecting its territory. Images released post-attack show the destruction caused, including deep craters, notably a staggering 30-foot crater near the headquarters of Mossad, Israel's national intelligence agency. In the southern part of Israel lies the Negev Desert, which hosts a substantial Israeli military base that was also a target of the missile strikes. Despite Iran's claims of inflicting significant damage, Israeli authorities report that they suffered minimal impact. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu responded strongly to the Iranian aggression, stating, "Iran made a big mistake tonight. They will pay for it." This raises critical questions about Iran's escalating involvement in regional conflicts and how tensions have reached this boiling point. The conflict, which initially erupted last year with Hamas's surprise attack on Israel, has spiraled into a multi-front war involving several countries and groups, including Hezbollah and the Houthis. In recent days, right-wing media outlets have declared the situation tantamount to World War III, repeatedly asserting, "We are on the brink of World War III." While the involvement of multiple nations does suggest a broader conflict, characterizing it as World War III may be an overstatement. Iran's recent attacks are not isolated incidents. Earlier this year, on April 13th, more than 300 drones and missiles were launched toward Israel. This earlier assault was notable for its scale, surpassing the October attack in terms of military resources deployed, which included around 170 drones, 30 cruise missiles, and 110 ballistic missiles. Unfortunately, the media focus at the time was largely diverted toward domestic political matters, such as the election campaign in India. The April attack was precipitated by an Israeli airstrike on Syria's capital, Damascus, which resulted in the deaths of several Iranian military personnel, including high-ranking officials. The Iranian leadership framed this as a retaliatory measure, citing the loss of their officers as justification for their aggression. Israel claimed that the target of their airstrike was a military facility linked to Hezbollah, an organization significantly backed by Iran. Understanding the alliances in this conflict is crucial. Hezbollah, a powerful Shia militant group based in Lebanon, has been significantly empowered since its establishment in response to Israel's invasion of Lebanon in 1982. It officially formed in 1985, advocating for the eradication of Western influence and the destruction of Israel. Hezbollah is considered one of the most heavily armed non-state actors globally and receives substantial financial and military support from Iran, which has deepened its ties with various paramilitary groups across the region. When examining Israel's defense capabilities, the Iron Dome is perhaps the most well-known air defense system, designed to intercept short-range threats. However, Israel also employs additional systems, such as David's Sling for medium to long-range threats and the Arrow system, which has an impressive range of 2,400 kilometers. The geographical distance between Iran and Israel, approximately 1,000 kilometers, complicates interception efforts, especially during extensive missile barrages. The Arrow system can intercept high-altitude threats, but operating these defense systems comes with a hefty price tag, leading to concerns about their sustainability during prolonged conflicts. For instance, the cost of intercepting missiles can escalate rapidly. A single Tamir missile launched by the Iron Dome costs around $50,000, while David's Sling interceptors can reach up to $1 million each. In April alone, Israel reportedly incurred costs exceeding $200 million in a single day due to missile interceptions. This financial strain raises legitimate questions about the feasibility of maintaining such an extensive defensive network against sustained missile attacks. The ongoing conflict has broader implications, with geopolitical alliances being tested. Countries like Saudi Arabia, predominantly Sunni, and Iran, a Shia powerhouse, have historically clashed over regional influence. While Western nations often back Saudi Arabia, nations like Russia and China tend to support Iran. This dichotomy adds another layer of complexity to the already fraught situation, as both sides vie for control and influence. In recent weeks, the fighting has intensified further, with daily rocket fire causing significant upheaval. More than 80,000 Israelis have been forced to evacuate their homes near the Lebanese border due to Hezbollah's increased attacks. Additionally, the Houthis have escalated their activities in the Red Sea, targeting vessels and disrupting trade routes, leading to significant economic repercussions estimated at nearly $1 trillion. As tensions continue to rise, the cycle of retaliation shows no signs of abating. Israel's airstrikes in Lebanon have killed thousands, with reports suggesting around 1,000 fatalities in just 1 week of operations. The United Nations and various human rights organizations have condemned these actions, yet Israel maintains its right to defend itself against perceived threats. In the wake of the missile attacks, Israel's response has been characterized by threats of further retaliation against Iran. High-ranking officials have warned of dire consequences if attacks continue. The cycle of violence, rooted in historical grievances, continues to spiral, with innocent civilians bearing the brunt of the conflict. International reactions to the conflict vary widely. The Indian government, for instance, has expressed deep concern over the escalating security situation in West Asia, urging all parties to resolve their issues through dialogue. While acknowledging Israel's right to respond to threats, India has emphasized the importance of adhering to international humanitarian law to protect civilian lives. As the situation evolves, it becomes increasingly clear that the impact of these conflicts is felt most acutely by ordinary people. The relentless cycle of retaliation often sidelines the voices of those who suffer, overshadowed by political maneuvering and military actions. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely remarked, an eye for an eye ends up making the whole world blind. To prevent further escalation, pursuing a path of peace and reconciliation is crucial. Many argue that the arms trade fuels these conflicts, with weapon manufacturers profiting from ongoing wars. The notion of a weapons mafia has gained traction, highlighting the dark underbelly of international arms sales. Without wars, who would purchase these weapons? The interconnectedness of these conflicts emphasizes the urgent need for dialogue, empathy, and understanding among all parties involved. As we reflect on the current situation, it is imperative to strive for a peaceful resolution, recognizing that only through cooperation can a lasting solution be achieved.